Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I'm trying to think now. Oh, I wanted to show you just a couple of cards that I'd made using some of that beautiful paper. And I used the one with the silver and I sponged this with lovely lipstick, Poppy Parade. I edged it with Poppy Parade, I put a ribbon on and I just put a label on saying just for you. And then I used, because I cut it into 4 pieces from one A4 sheet because they come in A4 sizes. And then the other one, oh my word, look how cute. Same piece of card, just with a different ribbon. I stamped out that beautiful little kitty that came with that stamp set I had from the range. And then just used a marker to draw dots around. And then pinched that one from, oh, can't remember. You Make Me Happy. Not sure which stamp set it's from now. Oh, I can't remember. So I just thought I'd show you. Same ribbon, different colours. So there's 2 quickie little cards I made just from half a piece of that gorgeous paper. So I thought I'd show you those. I had a ball colouring in that little kitty cat. She's absolutely beautiful. And the colours I used on her was just light and dark grey blends. The basic grey, is it? Oh, smoky slate. That's what it is. And then I used the dark Flirty Flamingo for her paws and her nose and a little bow. Isn't she cute? Oh my gosh, love it. Right, I've got another 10-minute treat coming up for you, and it's this beautiful little box, and it's just so cute. I'm going to call it like a little diamond box, isn't it? But it's got a square lid. How cute is that? I got my gift bag punch board out earlier, and I wanted to play. I bought it years ago, and I've only ever played with it once. I think it's very stiff. Mine is really stiff, so I may even have to stand up to do this. Right, you're going to need to get. Oh, by the way, that is 3.5 by 3.5. This piece is 8 5/8 by 3 1/8. You're going to need the score tool, and what I'm going to do first, I'm just pushing it all the way in, and we're going to score the line all the way down. Just saves doing it while you're going along, and whether you've missed anything or right to the end. I'm just turning it around to make sure I've got it there. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to push it. I might have to stand up for this one. You're going to push it all the way on up to your start line, and you're going to punch. You need a pencil for this. Then you're going to score either side of the triangle and down. And then what you need to do is make a little mark. See where the second line is? It says second side. Just put a tiny little mark there. Move it to the start line. Punch. Oh my gosh. And then do exactly the same. And then mark here. The only reason we're marking is because we're not doing a line, so we need to know where that mark is. Again, put it in. Let me see if I can. There we go. Punch. Score either side. And down. Little mark. Punch. Score. 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 Mark. Score. And with this last one, take it back to the triangle score line and pull it down to the end, making sure it's still in the line, and score. Okay. Wasn't too hard, was it? Apart from that was so stiff. I had to stand up for the last 3. So you don't want those bits. What I'm going to do now is you can pop that to one side. Right. I'm going to get my Simply Scored out just for a second. And what you're going to do, you're going to put this in there. I'm going to turn it over because, oh gosh, it's not easier to see. You got where your score line is and your them lines, the triangle lines, where the point meets. Let's just put that in. Let me just measure that actually. And that is 3/4 of an inch. So what you're going to do, put this in your board, you Simply Scored, take in your tool, and then at 3/4, just score all the way down to the last score line. I know, it's good, isn't it? So you've got the line in. Ta-da. Can you see that? There, yeah. So when you want, then you want to go along and burnish, only with your fingers, lightly, those score lines. All the way to the end. This piece. What you're going to do now, grab some snips and just take that off. Don't need that piece. And you can do a little one at the bottom if you want. And then those pieces will automatically bend because of the shape of the box. Perfect. Just going to pop them away for a second. So I'm going to take my wet glue now. So simple to make. And I'm just going to add my wet glue along this tab. And then we're just going to adhere it down. Line it up. Whoops, you have to bang on this top to bottom. That's it, just give that a little squeeze together because the box won't lie flat. So you can see it starting to take shape now. Just until it's glued. And there's your square edge. How cute is this? So you're going to fold one in and just add a little bit of glue. I like to add it to all of them because it can stop you from having a wonky bottom. Again, I'm just gluing. I'm going to pop that one down. And then I'm going to glue this one. And we're going to pop that one down. And then just turn it over. And rub your bone fold in till it's all stuck down. And that's the back bit. That's where your seam is, so you don't want to really burnish those score. And that score line all the way round is just so we know where to put our lid. Isn't that cute? Right, this piece you want a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, 3 1/2, sorry, by 3 1/2, even so. Oh, I'm going to see if I can do it on here. Oh no, wrong one. Wrong one. I forget my head if it was loose. And it's bashing me in the side of the leg. It's the trimmer you want now. I can find it. There we go. If you blade out the way, you need to put this in and score this at 3/4. Don't go over the line, just go before the 3/4 line. So it's 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and 3/4. How simple is this? Just trim up, mitre, mitre, and just keep spinning it and doing it that way. That'll piece there, that'll piece there, that'll piece there, that'll piece there. It just stops the bulk. Spin it. So you're always doing it to this bottom right hand corner. So it looks like a little pinwheel when you're finished. Get rid of your bits. Don't need them. And now you can burnish score lines. It's up to you if you want to decorate the lid with paper. I think it looks nice as a contrast against one another. So again with your glue. Oh, it's clogging up again. Oh, my pins came today as well. Well, it'd be 2 weeks ago because I've got projects on now for my Monday, Wednesday and Friday for the next 2 weeks, so you might not see this for 3. A girl is properly prepared, so I'm going to put the pin back in. And you're just going to make sure I pinch up the score line. This stuff goes off so quick, so I'm going to tuck that one behind as well, and that one over there ready so it doesn't come apart. So simple. Look at that, because it didn't take off to the score line. But that is adhered down now, nice and neat. And then we can just fit our lid all the way down, and it goes along that score line perfectly. Aren't they just the cutest little things you've ever seen in your life? Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm loving this new Painted Seasons Designer Series papers, the bundle. Don't know what's all that. Yeah, more or less goes all the way down to the score line. Perfect. There we go. There's my 10-minute treat for you. I hope you give it a go. It's so simple. I hope you've got that board. If not, how could I try and work that out now for you quickly? Let me find my ruler. So, what you would need to do is, it's bang on 2 inches, that gap. So, what you could do is score every 2 inches down your board, and then at 1 inch, you could score from 1 inch corner down, 0 down to 1, which would be, let me just pop that in roughly. Yeah, I suppose if you come down 1 1/8 from the corner of your paper, let me just grab some paper and a scrap. So if you've got your 8 that way, you would score, you'd have to mark every 2 inches. 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, say. And then what you would do is, from there to that 2 inch mark, you could score down to 1 and right down to the number 1, and then score to 1. And once you've done your points, score down, then you can score down there, and then it would be from that point to that point and score down that point. So every 2 inches you could do it like that until you get to the end. And then don't forget you got that little bit on the end, snip that off and mitre on there and then attach. But then you'd have to put a score line in at 3/4 of an inch. Oh, so it's 3/4 of an inch, remember. So from that corner to 3/4 of an inch, from that corner to 3/4 of an inch, and then down. And then I suppose, what was the gap between that at the top? It's 3/4 of an inch as well. Oh, that's a good idea then. Oh, I've just sussed it now. There we go. Let me turn the paper over. So there's your paper. Score it at 3/4 of an inch. Top and bottom. That's if you don't have this board. And then what you could do is score from the, turn it round then so it's upside down, and score at 1 inch up to the second score line, 3 inches up to the second score line, 5 inches up to the second score line, and 7 inches is it, up to the second score line, and then just score down at every 2 inches. So 0 down, 2 inches down, 2 inches down. You know, you could just work out like that. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they become your flaps for the side of your top, and that is the curvy bit for the bottom, and then just chop off the end. So that's another way to work it out if you haven't got this board. Perhaps I might come and do one of those without this, and then give you another 10-minute treat. But thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye. Oh, don't forget to press subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.